What's up everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial, continuing with Monsterverse today. So we're going to do Godzilla Ultima from Godzilla Singular Point. So, landscape paper, pencil eraser, sketch it out first. You can always do your marker after. So, kind of like the side of his head, his neck and his back a little bit here. So focusing just on the face, right? Mostly. I mean, there's a bit of scales and all stuff coming down his shoulder here, shoulder here. So let's go. Start with the eye. So basically, yeah, big sort of round eye. Well, more like egg-shaped or something. Sort of carving around here. Right, like so. And then iris and pupil on the inside. So then we can see an eyebrow sort of thing. So it's going to go like back this way, like an eyebrow scale or something. So it goes fairly far back now. It's like a big spike there. And then it'll come back around the front, around into here. Seems to disappear or connect to some bumps on his nose to here. Okay, and then like texture is important with these sorts of creatures. So like, you know, these sorts of scales and things. With that, and then a line underneath the eye, like an eyelid line coming around here, comes back up into there. In there seems to be colored dark. I'll leave it in case you want to do it sort of a dark gray. I won't do black, but you can color it black if you want. And then like these, lots of these bumps and stuff on his face, right? So one, two, goes back this way, right? So he's a much more sort of bumpy kind of face than standard Godzilla. Like lots of these big sort of bumps on it, right? So I guess we just add them as we go. So 2 bumps here. This is like the corner of his mouth here, actually. And then the mouth will like come down bumpy again, bump in here. And then he's another bump in the middle, coming to about there. Right, and just underneath his eye, right, is where this fang. He's got a fang that sticks out either side, but we can just see one because we're looking at the side of his face. So big fang here, sticking out, right? And then this comes out of his skin here. And then we'll draw this coming down to there. And then we got like an extra bump, bringing this in towards the middle of his snout somewhere here. Maybe another for the bottom, and then this bump for the snout or the nostril. So yeah, there's like a nostril somewhere here, but say we'll get in the bottom of his snout first. So this comes around like this, and this will bring us up to his nostril just here, right? So you can just add the nostril then, like a black shape just here. And then the other side of his snout just here. We can only see a little bit of it around the other side, like so. Okay, so we've finished some of the bumps and stuff that are here. So another bump there, another one coming around like so. Then we go this way, around to here. There. And like some texture and things. So these bumps and scales and wrinkles and things. So, and then, so in the middle of the snout, we have like, seems to be like another few bumps that go up towards the middle of his brow. Just need to move this picture, yeah. Okay, so somewhere here, right? So like spikes up here, comes around, and then it'll sort of bump back up towards the middle of his face. So that's that one. That's that one, sort of into here somewhere. These are all bumpy sort of lines. With texture on them. And then we have the bumps for the other side of his head, right? So spikes that come up the middle, right? So say we'll spike start here. Let's start spiking some stuff here, right? Kind of like this. And then we have his other side of his brow, right? Say, we'll bring it out, say here. Comes around and up around to here. So this is like his eyebrow around the other side of his head, okay? And then this will have some like texture and wrinkles and things on it, right? And then we can see his cheek on the other side. So basically like bumping lines. Like that. So loads of horns and stuff coming back this way. We'll just get his bottom jaw and his chin done first, because there's just, maybe we'll add some spikes just here. I'll just bring some up for his head. Maybe just get it started, like another row here somewhere. I'll just do a few, just so we know how high his head has to be and stuff. Spike him back like this, right, and extra sort of texture and things on them. So kind of like that. Go back again. There. So like 3 rows of spikes going all the way back. 3 or 4 rows. A lot of them anyway. But then so his mouth, right? So real big back jaw. Let's say like all the way out to there, okay? Comes around. So we'll go around here with it. So it's quite big now. And then she'll go back into here somewhere. So say it like it comes out here and goes out this way. And there's like a ridge or something coming down here on us. And again, like bumps and scales and right, so then curves around there. He's got this bump and a big fang will stick out here, I think. Like the first big fang on the bottom sticks out there. And then his chin on this side, so it'll sort of, again, sort of bumping. Kind of line goes up here, around like that. And then the line for his gum, or where the teeth come out, sort of comes this way. And again, more sort of textures and these sort of lines like so. Right, then loads of teeth. I think he's on his bottom jaw. I think he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of teeth. Oh man, it's going to take a while. So teeth start in here. They're quite small, so we can go a bit faster. Right, that's the first row, and then we have like some bigger ones here. Coming right out, there's no like coming right out of his grey skin, like his scaly parts of his skin. Like here, so these are like the bottoms of them. And then the big fang on the other side, you can just kind of see it here. Right, and then inside there, and maybe we should see like a line or two coming down from each one. Some texture and stuff here. Like that. Okay, so we'll do the top teeth and then we'll try and fill in all the rest. So then, like starting just here is where the first tooth starts. It's like a bit further out than the rest. Quite big on top. Then they get smaller at the front. I think there, another one here. Something say here. And then there's like a cluster of bigger ones together here. Right, and then a line of bottom teeth going back this way. And you can just do these carving sort of bumps for the bottom of them first. Then add the teeth on top. So, and then this kind of bumps around. This. And then we have 3 more rows of teeth inside here. So 1, 'Like that, and I think we can see like a line for his tongue. So I like going back this way. Line or something in there, and then more teeth line the inside, like inside here. So So you just there, and like one more. So a lot of teeth on this guy. Right, I think that's his tongue. Okay, and then like all his mouth's like red just inside there. That's all I can see anyway. Quite dark red. Right, so spikes coming down. Front of his neck has spikes coming down it as well. So like coming down from his chin. I guess we'll do these first. So like this whole layer of them there. Like so. And then we have coming off that way, and then like his neck, many down. Small one from here. So shoulder comes out roughly down this way, and then another sort of neck bumping area like here. So his shoulder comes out, and then this has got like an armor plate on top. It's got a bit of an edge to it, and then like some wrinkles and texture, and then the rest of his arm goes down that way. Right, so then a line of spikes coming out from the eyebrow section, right? So it just goes like, and it gets gradually bigger. That's the main thing to remember, okay? They kind of like start to sit on, so they spike up and then they start to sit on one another, right? Like this. So they become then, it's kind of like scales as they go down. They will eventually get real small and disappear somewhere down here. So you will go down that way. This one's real small. Maybe here. Then we have the other side. So we'll go back up and try and just bring them back into one another. And they get kind of scaly and bumpy and textured and stuff all down here as well. Right, so he's a main sort of armored part of his neck here as well, right? So it kind of, each one of these comes down to the spike at the front, right? Like that. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the Godzilla from Godzilla and Kong as well. So he kind of just, these sort of pieces of armor, each one goes down like that. down that way. And I think there's like a lighter color on these at the front, and then more texture and scales and stuff. So then more bumps and all this kind of stuff coming down here. Coming down his neck and just trying to sort of texture this. Make a couple of these a bit darker. Texture lines, darker lines on these. Right. So just sometimes if you thicken up some of these lines, it can help with your shadows and stuff. Okay, now, so the back of his neck with all the spikes, right? So we'll just get this sort of arch, the main sort of arch first. We'll sort of go all the way down this way to his shoulder. Right, so then shoulder, right? He's got like a big shoulder pad. Here on top, right, and this is all armored going back, right, and there might be just a bump on the top just here, and then the inside of the shoulder comes down like so, and so this is like plates of armor that come down here, right? So we're just going to curve it around like so and keep going. And then this one comes down here to there. Then another one. So we'll do a couple of layers of this now. Comes around like so. Then another one comes out here, and the underneath of it. This is quite a big one now, so it'll go just down this way. Right, and then so you could probably give these maybe an edge, sort of like down here, right? So like just the bottom of it. Just like a bottom bumping sort of. Armored section. That, and then it seems to have lots of texture and stuff on them as well. like so, and then more texture lines going this way. So we'll just go right, and then well, I'm just going to add a shadow to the bottom of these, just thicken it up. Something here, and then we'll add like all texture and stuff on the inside of his skin, sort of here as well. So just like this, just sort of wrapping around. Like that, okay? Now, so then more spikes coming all the way back down here, right? So they're quite big down here. So they come out from his head. So we'll say there's a bit of a small row here, like this. Like that, and then there's a large row here. They get real big coming out this way. Like so, and then big one there, big one here. And you can add as much texture and stuff to these as you want. You know, there's not a lot. You can make them like bony looking, bumpy, or smooth. It's really a personal choice. So, what to do now? We'll keep going with our layers, right? So, there's like some extra ones back here. So, seems to go into there, like that, and then some like in between, so like some smaller ones in there, another layer in behind, so like, you know, overlapping kind of spikes. Say like, so that's that one, so there's like a big one here. Right, so he's like spikes and spikes on spikes. There, and then there. And that goes that way. Did that one, did that one. That's first layer. Yeah, so we can like vaguely see some in behind here then as well. Then like so. Right, and if you want, sort of, before we do the big, typical Godzilla plates that are on the back, we'll just thicken up some of these lines where we want to just make things a little bit darker. I might actually color his eye here. Maybe darken up just some lines around our edges. Here, just making them darker, just to maybe see if there's a bit more definition we can give. It's called adding extra line weight. It's a little trick you can do just to make certain parts of the drone stand out more than others. Especially if you want to add shadow. Right, but let's go and add those big massive spikes now on his back, right? So starting sort of here, right? They sort of have a lot of curves in them. So this one comes down like this, right? There's all texture on the inside as well. They look like sort of red ridges on them, kind of like leaves or something. So that's that one, and then a very natural kind of pattern, right? So it's kind of easy enough to draw. It's not too bad. That, and then coming up here. Down, round, down to there. Smaller one then down here. So there's like layers and levels to these, right? Smaller one down here. And then a real big one. Down there, and then this one goes behind another one, like so, and then up and around. Like that, right? And then setting all these sort of lines and ridges and stuff on the inside, right? So they kind of go like tree branches, right? Spiking kind of like this. And these will be all red when you color them in. They are red, I think, anyway. So lots of these spiking sort of things. And come up here, sort of growing out this side. Right, and then just keep adding various sections. Down to here. Now this one as well. Right, and then like, you know, textures. One here as well. Right. Let's see. So you can keep going, obviously, for ages, thickening up lines and shading and adding texture, like literally hours if you were that way inclined. Just darkening up our edges just to make them stand out a little bit more. Dish, dish, dish. She's wasting. Sharpie's wasting. Okay. Okay, I think I'll leave it there. That is how to draw Godzilla Ultima. Hope it was helpful. Thank you very much for watching. As usual, like, subscribe, share. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.